I think it's the next model. It's going to be the real breakthrough. The singularity.
Next model.
After Ava.
I didn't know there was going to be a model after Ava.
Yeah, what, you thought she was a one-off?
No, I knew there must have been prototypes, so I knew she wasn't the first, but I thought maybe the last.
Well, Ava doesn't exist in isolation any more than you and me. She's part of a continuum, so version 9.6 and so on, and each time they get a little bit better.
When you make a new model, what do you do with the old one?
Well, I download the mind, unpack the data, add in the new routines I've been writing. And to do that, you end up partially formatting, so the memories go. But the body survives, and Ava's body's a good one. You feel bad for Ava? Feel bad for yourself, man. One day the AIs are going to look back on us the same way we look at fossil skeletons in the plains of Africa. An upright ape living in dust with crude language and tools, all set for extinction.
I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
There you go again, Mr. Quotable.
There you go again. It's not my quote. It's what Oppenheimer said after he made the atomic bomb.
Yeah, I know what it is, dude.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Cells.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells.
This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves.
You are listening to the High Tech Low Life podcast, a cyberpunk media retrospective. High Tech Low Life contains language and themes not suitable for all audiences, as well as spoilers for the content being covered. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 99 of the High Tech Low Life podcast. With your hosts, Eric and Josh. I'm Eric.
I'm Josh.
We're not at triple digits yet, but we're about to be.
We are, which means, of course, we will forget about this in a week and then commemorate it on episode 101.
The thing about episode 99 is we can say whatever the fuck we want. Nobody remembers episode 99. It's always about 100. Yeah. This is a ghost episode.
This is the late night tour. We can say wherever the hell we want.
Yeah, that's a reference. And I got it.
Those cyborgs ever come out of the walls and just blast cum everywhere?
Just make a huge cum shot. Yeah. That's a show you should watch. I wanted to say thanks to everybody who watched and commented on our Shadowrun episodes. They were pretty well received. We had a lot of conversation on various Discords. Mm-hmm. And the YouTube comments were popping a little bit too. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope most of them liked it. It seems like, of the comments I saw, most of them did.
Yeah.
Most. Not all.
No, not all. And that's fair. We admitted to having some knowledge gaps.
Yeah. And I think that was fairly obvious when we had, four, let's go 40-something guys on it.
Yeah. I am totally willing to go back and do, Shadowrun 4th, 5th, and actually we kind of covered 4th. Mainly Shadowrun 5th and 6th another time if somebody really wants us to. So, that it was fun. It was a fun 3-week jaunt.
Odyssey.
Jauntlet.
Yeah.
It's like a gauntlet, but you're
we
kind of moseying.
Yeah. Oh, so kind of like not Hugh Glass Because he had to run a gauntlet, right?
I don't know. Isn't Hugh Glass Jan's boyfriend from the Brady Bunch? Imaginary boyfriend?
Oh, actually, what was that guy's? George Glass.
George
That was
Glass.
George Glass.
Okay. This is a cyberpunk shit right now.
Hugh Glass was the mountain man who got attacked by a bear and left for dead, and then it got turned into an impressively boring fucking movie 10 years ago with Leonardo DiCaprio.
But didn't he win an Oscar for that?
He did.
Oh, good for him.
Doesn't make the movie not boring for me.
Come at us, Revenant heads. Josh is throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah, and if you want to fight about Birdman, we can do that too.
I like Birdman. Fuck you. Actually, my opinion is not that strong. I did like it, but not that much. Anyway, we're not talking about any of that shit today. We're talking about Ex Machina, another possibly, some might say, very boring movie. But I wouldn't, because I like boring movies.
I would also not call it boring. I mean, there's a dance scene that's got more fucking juice than the entirety of The Revenant and Birdman combined.
Revenant. Before we talk about that, though, we've got to talk about dystopia, and there was so much of it this week.
Quite a bit.
One thing kind of led the news, so I guess we got to talk about it first, and that is, of course, the horrific, unacceptable, and I would say downright evil slaughter of the Kansas City Royals at the hands of the Philadelphia Phillies.
I was trying to predict where you were going with it, and that was on my short list.
Just a brutal series. They're finishing it right now, and it looks like it's going to be a sweep, and it's not fair. And I say we declare war on Phillies fans right here, right now.
All right, sounds good.
Anyway, that's fun. Sports. I know all of you guys love that shit. No, the real top story, which I guess we do actually have to talk about, is the slaying of a right-wing commentator, Charlie
Real
Kirk.
piece of shit, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. And I don't know what to say. So much has been said constantly for the last 4 days.
Has it just been that long? Jesus Christ.
Not a lot of actual facts have even come out. Like, we're not really sure who the person was and what their ideology was. And it's looking more and more like their ideology was just like the internet.
Poning noobs.
Yeah.
It really seems like it's just a super 4chan brain rotted dude.
Much like
without anything resembling a coherent ideology.
Yeah. Much like the Minnesota school shooter a couple weeks ago who had like the loss meme on their gun. It's like Lebowski was right, man. The nihilists are going to fucking kill us all.
Well, the thing is that the nihilists and Lebowski, the funniest thing about the nihilists and Lebowski is, number one, they didn't actually do anything. Donnie died of a heart attack. It was coming on earlier because you see him rubbing his arm in the previous scene after he just missed his first strike. And second, the best thing about it is that the nihilists care about everything they're interested in so much more than literally everybody else in the movie. Like their whole, we believe in nothing, and we don't care, Lebowski. They care so much about getting this fucking money, like way more than Lebowski cares about his rug, or the big Lebowski cares about Bunny. Anyway, a fascist twerp died.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm actually thinking we should be careful about what we say because we do live in a fascist state and they are combing media. But I'm not going to feel sad about a bad person with bad views who only makes the world worse not being here anymore. Period.
Yeah.
Weird that I've had to argue that with so many people on the internet.
Yeah, there was I saw an interesting post yesterday, I think, which was in regards to Kristen Chenoweth. Do you know who she is?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. For the audience, she is primarily famous for Broadway. She's also done a fair amount of TV and movies. She was in, what was the...
Oh, there's a fucking dolphin behind you.
Oh, sorry.
Jones.
I was clicking my tongue.
Jones, take the mic.
Yeah, he would get us out of this. Anyway, so she at a concert made some comments about how she's very, she's really sorry about, Charlie Kirk died and this is unacceptable, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing about Kristen Chenoweth is that her audience, being that she primarily originates in Broadway, is absolutely fucking jam-packed full of gays.
Yeah.
And a lot of people at the concert were
Much like our
"What the
audience,
fuck?"
I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I mean, more than average.
I agree. Okay, so she made a bunch of make nice comments, and then in response to people yelling about this online, understandably, I saw a post about God, I wish I could remember the fucking Bluesky handle. I can't off the top of my head, but this woman said, yeah, here's kind of the thing about Kristen Chenoweth. The way social media algorithms work, it is very possible that Kristen Chenoweth has not even the slightest idea that Charlie Kirk was even vaguely a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
She might have been exposed to Charlie Kirk strictly as, because Chenoweth is fairly religious, strictly as sort of the generalized self-help kind of Christian values thing, and none of his prowling blacks or black people shouldn't be allowed to fly airplanes, or women should, just vote as their husbands tell them to, etc.
Trans people are inherently violent murderers, yes.
Yeah. It's very possible that literally none of that has ever come across her feed, and she would have no fucking idea.
I think the same thing applies when people talk about Israel. It's this disconnect of sources. I don't know, but you hear a lot of people think that Israel is this perfect homeland for Jewish people that's going to save them from the next Holocaust, and they just don't see the bad things they do unless for some reason someone specifically shows it to you, and then it's easy to say, well, that's fake news, that's AI, that's propaganda, or whatever. It's fucking weird how we have two groups of, not even two, multiple bubbles of people in this country that just don't see the other side. And I get it. I don't like looking at news outside my bubble. It depresses me. So I don't know what the answer is. I do know.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of my job, but that's not good for my mental health or anxiety or anything.
Yeah, I do it too. I mean, plus we're both fucking
arguably way too engaged,
way too online. My wife tells me frequently I should get the fuck off the internet for a while. And last week we were, and it was real fucking nice.
It was kind of an amazing break.
Anyway, Charlie Kirk, he's gone.
Yeah.
The world might be better off for the murder, or sorry, worse off for the murder, because I don't know what that's going to lead to. But I think him not being here means the world is probably better off. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with that. Go actually listen to the shit he said.
Yeah. And I want to make this very clear that this is just me, not Eric, and not the show. This is Josh specifically saying, I am glad he is dead. And you best protect your neck.
That's just good advice.
I think the world is better off that he is dead. So, maybe the spectacle of the murder wasn't the best way for that to happen, but at least
I would like to just generally
anymore.
Discourage public assassination. I don't know. I think that's not good for anybody to.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Okay. I also wanted to talk about what's going on in Nepal, man. That shit is fucking crazy too.
Yes.
And we were out when shit popped off in Indonesia, and shit's popping off in France, and I hear Australia's kicking up some dust.
They're working on. Yeah. Progress is being made. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah. On the upside, according to Jay, Norway, the right-wing the major right-wing party dropped, and the the left-wing party is probably going to be in office. So that's great.
That's nice. Good for
Yeah.
Norway. So in Nepal, from what I've gathered, the spark that set off basically a revolution was the banning of many social media, including YouTube. Although that's not the reason for it. The reason for it was that, from what I could tell, a lot of the youth in Nepal were watching the leaders' children just flaunting their wealth on social media, and then sharing that and sharing the outrage, and it just kept growing, which led to the ban, which was the final straw that led to them burning fucking Parliament down.
Yeah, and a lot of other buildings, whether accidentally or on purpose.
And I do think part of this was probably inspired by what was happening in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Which didn't progress quite as far, I don't believe. But
no, not as far as I've heard, but I also haven't looked at the news this morning. So
one thing I'm realizing, though, is I think I got to sit down and watch One Piece. Like, they're all flying this One Piece pirate flag. I got no frame of reference for that show, but it's got to be a powerful show. Multiple revolutions.
I'm not 100% certain, but that is one of the animes that they did a live-action remake of on Netflix.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other one is. But
Cowboy
I think
Bebop?
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Which
John Cho was...
We're going to have to cover that, probably.
John Cho was in that one. David Dastmalchian is in One Piece.
Right.
So, we like David Dastmalchian.
I don't think it was received well as a live action, and I've heard that the anime is extremely long, so...
Well, remaking animation into live action is fucking dumb. So...
Yeah, I agree.
You can quote me there.
And that represents the whole show, not just Josh.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page about that. Otherwise, we might have to break up.
Yeah.
Anyway, next week, Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson next week.
We do have to cover it.
We do, and we have to lure Jeff on to talk about it.
Yeah. We'll tell him we're doing something else. He's going to read a whole ass novel and then come on and be like, haha, psych!
Gotcha, motherfucker.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. As I was watching videos of shit happening over there, I was a little jealous. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not just to watch the buildings get burned, but to like that video that was posted in the Astronomica Discord is this British motorcyclist who's biking from Thailand to the UK and just happened to get caught in the middle, and like the uprising. It was violent and destructive, but nobody was getting hurt because people were helping each other up. They were just simply destroying like images of the state, like buildings and cars, and then afterwards they cleaned up after themselves. It's pretty beautiful in a weird way.
Yeah, it's very positive at this point.
Yeah, I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's what most of the uprisings that we've seen since 2020 have been that way too. It's just the fucking stormtroopers come in and launch pepper balls at everybody and whatever. I don't know. It's been fun, guys. This is a great time to be alive.
It really is. I don't know. It's I really hate to be spouting one of those ancient Chinese proverb, Confucius say, blah 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 things, but it really is an interesting. We are certainly living in interesting times.
Yeah. Too bad for that.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, anyway, hey, what I see the other day in terms of the backlash/crackdown against the related to the, and I use related to very roughly and loosely, related to the Kirk murder, that the fascists are hoping what'll happen is France in 1893. We're going to give them France 1940. So, I don't know.
I totally understand what you're saying by that. Sure. I'm not going to ask a question why, because I'm fucking smart and I already know.
Yeah, sure. Hey, anyway, let's talk a little more about Nerd Camp because that was fun.
Okay,
we had fun times.
First, I had one more quick piece of personal dystopia because it happened to me this morning.
Oh boy.
I witnessed for the first time my first Fenty fold in a public space. I had to go to Walmart to get some trash bags, and there's just folded over in the fucking cleaning supply aisle.
Yeah,
that sucked. That's always sad to see.
Guys, if you're into powders, you can get test strips all over the place. They're very inexpensive to free if you do a simple Google search. So
I don't think this one was unintentional.
Yeah.
I think this guy, he was like, you could tell he was trying to power through it because he was like dancing as he went down, and he was kind of like little Michael Jackson Thriller-esque. Yeah, I think he knew what he was taking. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, regardless,
careful with your drugs.
Yeah. Know what you're doing. Know what you're doing, and know what you're taking. That's just safe. Safe and sane way to do it.
Yeah. Careful with your drugs. Don't remake fucking animation into live action, and protect your neck. That's the three big.
Protect your neck.
The three big takeaways from today.
And come to Astronomicon 2026.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We recorded a little bit on the way there that I actually did end up using.
I heard it did not come off as terrible sounding as I assumed it would.
Yeah, we listened to it back on our phone and it sounded horrible. But then once I got it on the computer and cleaned it up just a smidge, it sounded pretty good. So
yeah,
thank you, Wes, for holding the phone. That was very helpful.
Yes, human microphone stand, Wes.
And yeah, I don't know. It's good vibes. I recommend getting with people who share similar morals to you and hanging out with them on the week. Wait, I'm describing church.
It's in terms of social function, it's very similar. I mean,
no worship that I saw. You know what? Can I tell you one of my favorite bits about Nerd Camp, Astronomicon, and just that community in general, is that nobody asks me what my job is.
Yeah, why would they?
When I went to Dallas, that is the opening question.
Sure, that makes sense.
Everybody asks you, "Oh, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do?" And I have to explain for 5,000 times. And then they want to talk to me about fucking real estate and house repair, and I don't want to talk about that. So,
yeah, actually,
I never once got fucking asked there, and it was fucking wonderful.
Yeah, because that has less than nothing to do with what we're there for. It's what are your interests? Like, what's been, and I got a lot of, so what's been going on the past year, and got a whole ton of really cathartic shit out, and got to get the positive feelings of supporting other people when they were explaining to me how their last year or whatever had been.
Right.
Because, it hasn't been an easy year for everybody. So, yeah.
It's nice to support one another through the difficult times, which times be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's just if any of our listeners who are not already Astronomica listeners, if anybody is interested, I will say that I got to play shockingly few games this year compared to previous years, just because of some sort of scheduling hijinks and the fact that I made dinner one of the nights for everybody. And I still had a fucking amazing time. And I think I said this on the way home that, even if next year there was a rule that Josh is allowed to come, but he is not allowed to play any games, I would still fucking show up and
Cast, if you're listening, let's get that set in stone. just to be mean.
Yeah. I would still show up, make a meal, bullshit out on the porch, smoking cigarettes, drink mezcal.
Yeah.
It's good times.
I agree.
Eat popcorn by the barrel.
I got to play in a Stars Without Number game that's, I believe, well, maybe not our actions, but what happened, I think, is canon in the
Yes.
astronomical world.
Yes, I believe that was explained to me as well.
Since we did it twice, I don't see how I don't know which outcome he's going with, but
Yeah.
so that was cool. I got to play quite a few games actually.
Yep.
So, including poker, which
We did play poker, yes.
Josh won because he had a fucking ringer come in and take over his position who destroyed us.
It was truly hilarious. I was fully willing to accept. Yeah, I paid $10 to have an hour and a half of moderate fun with these guys I really like, but I really want to go fucking rip a dart. Oh, hey, Carol, you want to sit down and play this like $1.65 worth of chips I have left while I go smoke? And then I come back in and she's suddenly $7 up.
Yeah.
And then it got worse and worse. So I made, because the buy-in was $10 and what was largely in the pot was 20s, I made an extra $10 over what I paid in for letting you guys get fucked.
Yeah. It was brutal. I bought in twice. I wasn't the biggest loser, but I was close. But oh well, it's fun. I don't mind losing. I just like gambling.
Yeah, Carol fucking murdered.
You gotta when you're really into gambling, losing sucks, but it's also like winning isn't fun without the risk of it. So it's got to happen.
Yeah. I've never been hugely into gambling, and I understand it from an intellectual point of view, but yeah. Anyway, I had fun both in my initial part and then
Watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially once Chris sat down and we stopped rotating the fucking
That was confusing.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, should we talk about this movie?
Yeah, we're 30 minutes in. Let's save next week. We're going to have a guest, and I have a feeling we're going to want to talk recommendos, and we're probably not going to want to talk dystopia as much. So let's save whatever we got for next week and get into Ex Machina, if that's okay with you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Ex Machina. What do you think?
I think it good movie.
Oh, I like as well.
Okay, we done. Bye-bye.
Should I put the outro music there? No.
Honestly, it would be very funny if you did.
2014, 15. The Plex said 15. IMDb said 14, so I'm not sure.
It's one of those annoying movies where it's released for like 7 days in the week before Christmas so that they can be eligible for the Oscars that year, and then it actually released wide in the US like April 10, I think. Yes, April 10.
Okay, so we'll call it 2015.
Yeah, that would be where that's
directed by Alex Garland.
Correct, a returning champion.
Yeah, what else?
Sort of.
What was his first one that he did?
Dread.
Oh, he's the Dread guy.
He is the guy who wrote and then ghost directed Dread.
Ghost directed.
Yes. There is another guy whose name I can't remember. I think maybe his first name is Peter something, who is listed as the director. Apparently, I listened to a whole podcast about this 6 or 8 months ago. Alex Garland and the producer of that movie, who is also the guy who produced the Castlevania TV series.
Right, I remember talking about that.
They had an idea like, okay, movies are changing. We don't know exactly how. What if we try and do kind of a restructuring of how movie credit and production works? And basically Alex Garland, at the very least, co-directed, probably directed, because that would have been his first film, and it's really hard for somebody who's making a first film to get like any kind of budget. Mm-hmm. So they needed a name on it.
Gotcha. So he ghost directed The Whip.
Yes. Okay. It took me a second to put that together. Yes, exactly. He ghost directed The Whip. But yeah, Alex Garland was writer and co-director of Dread. He's also writer of let's see, 28 days later, 28 years later.
Civil War.
The Beach, yeah, Civil War from last year. Warfare this year.
A bunch of Devil May Cry stuff.
Oh, all right.
According to
that. Commercials or something?
Can you Bloody Palace mode? It's video game. No, he's a writer on the video game.
Okay. Yeah, he initially started out as a novelist.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, and he also wrote and created Devs.
Beach. He wrote the Beach novelization or original novel? I don't know.
The novel.
Okay.
Yeah. The novel that Danny Boyle then directed. Yeah.
Speaking of Leo DiCaprio.
Yes.
All right, nothing about Alex Garland. Fucking Jesus.
And also Annihilation, which is not a movie that would be appropriate for us to cover, but a reasonably fun movie. Scary skeleton bear, move fast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And Men, which stank.
Okay. It's also starring Domhnall Gleeson.
Domhnall.
Yeah. Alicia Vikander?
Alicia Vikander.
Vikander.
I think she's Danish? I'm not sure.
Oscar Isaac.
Yes, Oscar Isaac. Yeah, and it's a pretty good movie. All right, we done?
We've already done that bit.
Okay.
We got to keep going.
Okay, so in this movie, it takes place, according to Alex Garland, I think he said something like, it takes place 30 seconds into the future, or something like that.
Okay.
His kind of justification was that, if this happened next year, you'd be Apple announced it, you'd be a little surprised, but not like crazy surprised.
Now, yes. I don't know if I can say that in 2015, but now I agree.
Honestly, I feel like this seemed closer to reality in 2015 than it does
fair.
now.
I can
given that at no point does Alicia Vikander start talking about kill the boar and violence against white South Africaners.
Oh, God. We got to get into all that during this episode, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So, anyway, 10 minutes in the future, a just fucking baby-looking Domhnall Gleeson is sitting in his office in some fucking tech center, and he gets an email about how he won a prize. And this is maybe the most unrealistic thing in the film, that someone would believe that they received an email about winning a prize.
Yeah. Any email that says congratulations, immediate garbage.
Immediate trash. Yes.
Any phone call that starts you've won, immediate hang up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really the most amazing trigger. Yeah.
If you want to tell me that I've won something, you got to start with, hey, bad news.
Yeah.
Now that I've got your attention.
Yeah. He won a prize. His prize is apparently to go to that fucking landscape hotel in Norway that I can't remember the name of, that was last year used on Succession.
Never saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same buildings and shit. Yeah.
Building.
It's very fancy. It was a huge deal when it opened up, and I can't remember the name of the architect or anything, but yeah, it's a very super pretty landscape, very interesting buildings on it.
First deviation from reality. Billionaires don't live in far off glacial structures or whatever that's supposed to be. They live in Austin, Texas. We all know this.
Yes, because comedy, free speech is there, man.
And it's legal again.
So, anyway, he gets helicoptered to this beautiful hotel. The helicopter pilot mentions, like, this is as close as I'm able to go.
Except it's not a hotel. It's a estate.
Yeah, it's an estate in the movie. Yeah. And there's a very funny line, which I think they stole from Quigley Down Under, which is a weird movie to steal anything from, but whatever. They're flying across the landscape, and Domhnall asks the pilot, so how long before we get to his property? And the pilot says, are you kidding? We've been flying over it for 2 hours.
Oh, shit. This dude bought... Where's this supposed to be?
It is unclear.
Okay.
I don't think it's ever specified.
There's
in
like
the movie.
glaciers and shit, so it's pretty far north.
Yeah. In Quigley Down Under, when Quigley, Tom Selleck, a totally normal guy who has completely normal views on how you should refinance your mortgage, they're going to this, estate in the outback, and he asks the guide, "How long until we're on blah blah blah's property?" And the guy says, "We've been riding across it for 2 days." So
That might have just been parallel thinking.
could be, but the number 2 is interesting.
The number 2.
Yeah, 200 miles or 2 hours or 2 days.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he gets set down. The pilot says, "I can't go any closer. I'm not allowed to go any closer. Walk down the river and you'll find it." So he hops out of the helicopter wearing a fucking suit with no tie because he's casual. He won a contest, man.
Yeah, he's just a programmer.
And he's got a rolly suitcase.
Awkward for the terrain he's in.
It really is. And no cell service.
Made clear at the very beginning.
Yeah. Very evident. Rolly suitcases. I took one to San Francisco. Wish I had just taken my giant fucking weatherproof duffel bag because I can just throw that on my shoulders and I don't have to drag a rolly suitcase around. Thought it would be more convenient. It was not.
Oh, I love my rolly suitcase, and I would never trade it for a duffel bag, but
Your duffel
to each
bag.
their own.
Your duffel bag isn't as fucking beefy as mine.
There's only 2 types of people in this world: duffel baggers and rolly fuckers.
All right. That was a sentence that a human said.
It was poignant and
It was. Yeah.
important.
No AI could ever come up with that sentence. I will give you that.
It's true.
So
That's true.
he gets to a fancy building. It's very postmodern. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know the terminology for most
Contemporary.
It's very contemporary. Yeah, I don't know the terminology for most architecture past
I don't
roughly
either.
1920.
I was obsessing over how the glass met the natural stone and wondering how that possibly keeps water out in heavy rains. But you know what? It's not my job. I don't care.
It's not your job. I'm assuming a lot of very expensive contractors with probably extremely high-end caulk.
Yeah, and some pretty cool laser cutting. How do you cut glass? It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
It does matter.
Shouldn't we dig into this? It is the most interesting thing about the movie,
I'm
right?
down to make a new podcast called Caulk Talk.
We could do that.
Heavy. Got to lean on that L.
Caulk
Talk.
talk.
I mean, we could do Cock Talk.
We're talking cocks with you. Cock talk. What song is that?
Michael Jackson.
Yes. Oh, okay. Ooh, hey. Did
Don't
not
talk cocks with Michael Jackson. They might not be of the age that you need to be to talk about cocks.
did not intend to go in that direction. All right. Anyway, he goes into this house. He has to get an ID card that's spit out by the door. And then he eventually finds Oscar Isaac looking a fucking snack,
Yeah.
hitting a heavy bag out on a deck. He is ripped as hell. Beard, shaved head.
Yeah. Glasses.
And boy, he is, I don't know, hungover.
Yeah.
We see throughout the movie that Oscar Isaac likes to pull the cork.
He does. And not in the company of others, because Domhnall Gleeson says, must have been a good party. And Oscar Isaac like, what? So he's drinking alone.
Party? Yeah. As you do.
Yeah.
As I do.
As you do when you get older and you realize drinking's still fun, but parties aren't.
Exhausting. I have something to say about that when we're not on the air.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with Astronomicon.
Okay. I was wondering.
No.
So
So
to another party since? Never mind. Go ahead.
no. This is very exciting because Domhnall Gleeson is his employee, and Oscar Isaac is the founder and super genius behind Blue Book, the biggest search in the world with I don't remember what they said, like something like 97.8% of the search traffic in the world or something.
Yeah, and just because I'm sick of saying Domhnall, I'm going to call him by his name, which is Caleb. We're going to say Caleb and Nathan.
Oof. I am...
It's gonna be hard.
I, in my notes, did a bunch of Calebing and could not remember Nathan to save my life. So my notes tend to alternate Caleb, Isaac, Caleb, Isaac.
When I don't know what someone's name is, I say, put your money on Nathan, because pretty good chance.
Honestly, especially on the Discord, yeah. Safe bet. Although, us Joshes are catching up.
Yeah, you're fighting. Nathan is just a cool dude, man. He's just a chill hang. He wants to hang with Caleb.
Down to fucking earth, man. He doesn't want this weekend or this week to be like employer-employee.
No, he just wants to have a beer with his bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get into specifics about like code and shit like that. He just wants to talk. He just wants to lay it on the line.
Yeah, after you sign this fucking NDA, bro.
You will not say this, talk about what you see here to fucking anybody.
Ever. In any circumstance. Yeah. So we find out that Caleb needs to have a key card to get around. Otherwise, even the door out of his bedroom is locked. So we introduce this idea. Don't worry, it's not going to come up later at all.
No.
Nor is the color coding between the door opening and other stuff that happens later.
Nope.
But the important thing is that Oscar Isaac is super cool.
Yeah, he does definitely not prone to rage or anything like that.
No, definitely not rage. Definitely not megalomania. Nothing. I mean,
I do want to say that Oscar Isaac is so good in this movie. And the character is written so well in that he's trying so hard to be down to earth, but at the whole time you're just brutally aware of the power dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's stressful whenever he's in the room, even though he's trying his best to be chill. It's very good.
Yeah, even in later scenes where he is clearly very hungover, the power dynamic is there 100% of the time. It's Isaac is incredible in this film.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, every performance in this film, with I guess the possible exception of the pilot, because he's only in it for like 3 lines.
I'm not going to slag off the pilot. He did great.
I think he did wonderfully. I don't think the character was written with enough depth.
He made the most of what he had to work with.
Yeah. So anyway, Domhnall Gleeson has to sign this NBA because
NBA? He signed with the NBA? I thought you said B. Sorry.
Oh,
That
possibly
just made me laugh.
Yeah.
He's tall. He could do it.
Yeah, he could. Actually, I was actually wondering about that and forgot to look it up on my second watch. Wait, is he like a solid 10 inches taller than Oscar Isaac, or is this a forced perspective thing?
I think he's just tall, and Oscar Isaac is,
like moderate
lower
short.
average.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, but there was an angle where I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, basically the idea is, hey, we can just like hang out and have some drinks and like, I don't know, go for hikes or something. Or you can take part in, the next stage of society's evolution if you sign this NDA. I mean,
I'd be real tempted to not sign it and just like mooch off a billionaire for a week.
Yeah.
Just ruin his fucking plans.
Oh, is this literally the best Sotal in the world? Great.
Exactly.
All right, I've got 2 nights in this bottle right here.
Nathan, let's play our 57th game of pool. You said that's what you wanted to do this weekend.
Yeah. But instead, he is bribed with the idea of, maybe it's something you'll be able to tell your grandchildren about after they sign NDAs. That's a fun bit. And just to get this out of the way early, do we have any idea of what is going on with Oscar Isaac's hair? He has a, tight buzz or recently shaved and grown out, but he has this little bit of a slightly off-center stripe, like right at the crown of his head.
Huh.
And I can't tell if that was a real scar, something that was added for the movie, or a like graying patch that was either real or added for the movie.
You know, I see it in the pictures on IMDb, but I did not even fucking notice it while I was watching.
Oh, it might. I don't know what you watched it on. I watched it on Blu-ray. Maybe it wasn't clear on other formats.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just, maybe he dyes that patch of hair. Maybe it's just white.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. Anyway, regardless, he looks sexy as fuck. I don't know how far we can get away from that for the rest of the show.
We'll do our best.
Yeah. Anyway, so it turns out the whole reason that Caleb is here is his job is to Turing test an AI. What's a Turing test, you might ask?
I think if you listen to the show, you probably have a pretty good idea.
I agree. Let's move on. So he's going to do a bunch of days of the horrible manual personal version of the Voigtkampf.
Yeah, basically.
And then he is introduced.
It'd be funnier if he just sat her down and be like, you see a turtle on the road and it's all flipped over on its back. What do? What's a turtle?
Has Oscar Isaac ever shown her fucking Blade Runner? I doubt it.
Ooh, that's a good way to fuck with an AI.
Yeah. Anyway, next week.
Sure, Terminator.
Ooh. All right. I like this idea. So, Caleb is introduced to Ava. Ava is the AI, and it turns out she is not just a fucking gray box with a terminal. She is a gynoid.
Ooh, that's a cool word.
Yeah. It's interesting. I noticed it when I was looking at the Wikipedia for this film, where it makes specific mention that Ava is a gynoid as opposed to an android. Gyn means female. Ander means male.
I could assume that from Gyn, but Ander I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, if we were going off the Greek. And it had not previously occurred to me that, yeah, android is a gendered concept.
Huh.
Like the word is gendered inherently. It's like, if everything was named Mr. Robot or something.
So we need a good them droid.
Yeah, we do need a good them droid. Maybe just robot?
No, I like them droid.
Okay, sure, cool.
I think we can get credit for that word.
Okay, all right. Let us know, people.
Yeah, give us our fucking royalty check, motherfuckers.
Wait, I need to get an envelope and a stamp and mail this to myself.
Mail this to ourselves. Yes.
The old slacker's copyright. So Ava is a gynoid, and she has a very beautiful human woman's face. Alicia Vikander, now married to Michael Fassbender, I believe.
Human as far as we know.
Good point. She also has human-looking hands and human-looking feet. And
the feet threw me when they show a full body image of her.
Yes, it was. I also thought the same thing. Like, really? That's the detail you're going to throw in there?
Well, I mean, he's got to pick up a little extra money on Wiki Feet on the side.
Yeah. Just remember, everybody, no feet for free, okay?
Yeah, Alicia Vikander. Oh, wait, she got paid quite well, I'm sure.
I'm sure she made okay money. She had a really good year, I think.
Yeah, is it what the year she won her Oscar? Her Oscar Isaac.
Did she win this year, or was she just nominated? But yes, it was her big year.
Not seen much of her since, but I'm sure she's doing fine.
I'm not sure. I think she might have taken a little time. I think she might have, kind of taken some time off to be a wife to Michael Fassbender as he's racing cars? ? Oh, she was great in The Green Knight in 2021. Love that fucking movie.
Okay.
Oh, and she was Laura Croft in Tomb Raider in 2018. I do not believe that movie ever actually existed. I'm sorry. Fuck you, IMDb. You're just screwing with me.
All right.
And she
I've
was
not seen any of her fucking movies, I'm not going to lie.
There was a fucking movie titled Jason Bourne in 2016. This is a lie. This is all bullshit. Oh, The Danish Girl. Yes, that was the one she was nominated for, or won. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to the bottom of it.
Anyway, she pretty. She only got face, hands, and feet, and the rest is all of kind of glowy, blinky lights, mesh scenario.
That face card, though, that face card is giving. Am I using the slang right? I don't know. Let's keep going.
Let's go with that. Yeah, I think you're doing perfect.
Okay.
So, and we also see like Ava's sealed in a room, like with a glass divider between her and Caleb. And also we find out that Nathan is watching over like CCTV footage and can hear everything.
Little cuck boy.
Yeah, he's in his cuck office. This movie won the special effects Oscar for the video effects. They are very good. I think them winning is absolute fucking bullshit, given that Fury Road was up that year.
True.
And I don't think at any point in this film was anybody at risk of dying.
No, I do like both the movies though, so I'm not going to fight about it.
I think this is very good. The special effects are pretty incredible, but I think Fury Road had a higher level of difficulty.
Yeah, true.
Also, maybe it was Interstellar this year. Anyway, regardless, Fury Road wipes floor both of them. But really, really good special effects, and I assume a lot of fucking Green Man suit scenario.
I'm a green. Sorry.
Yes, that was an option. Otherwise, you could have gone with It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I was going with typo negative. That's just who I am.
Yeah, it is. So, to start off the session 1, which the movie keeps being divided into, like it says, Ava, session 1 on screen, which is an interesting thing we can come back to at the end. Gleeson asks a bunch of really obvious questions, like, oh, how old are you? When did you learn to speak? And she's like, I'm 1. 1 what? Day? Year? I'm 1. And when did you learn to speak? I've always known how to speak. A bunch of bullshit like that.
Yeah.
It's
know you crap.
Yeah, it's a very simple thing. And then we go to him talking to Oscar Isaac after the fact, and Oscar Isaac explains after Gleeson questions him. Isaac explains, like, the real test of this, like, if you were just talking to her either on the phone or via text, you would think she's human. I'm not worried about that. The real test is, can I show you a robot that's talking to you and make you feel that she has consciousness? Like, if you are aware that it is a fucking robot. And then there's a whole bunch of shit where Gleason's going on about how stochastic language models and stuff like that. And Isaac's like, yeah, I'm not going to explain. Not because you're stupid. Remember, the power imbalance is working here.
Right.
Not because you're too dumb, but because I'd rather have like a beer and a conversation. I
just want to bro down, bro.
I don't want to hold a seminar. Like, this isn't like work. This was a prize, bro.
Dude, crack a brewski.
Yeah, you get to like have some drinks and do MMA wrestling with Mark Zuckerberg. Right?
God, I fucking hate him so much. But in like the way I'm supposed to hate him, I don't hate him because he's a great character. You know what I'm saying?
The most unrealistic thing about this entire film, like by a huge margin, other than the Domhnall Gleeson opens an email that says congratulations.
It doesn't throw it away.
The second most unrealistic thing is that Oscar Isaac seems attractive, like both physically, and it's like he can actually turn some charm on, which is totally against literally everything I have ever seen of a tech billionaire in my life.
Is there an attractive tech billionaire? This is a question I'm posing to the masses. Find me an attractive tech billionaire. I can't think of one.
No, absolutely not. They are all ghouls.
Easy on the ghoul talk. Ghoul Rights 2054.
God, I apologize. I really need to work on excising that from my vocabulary. I apologize to our ghoul listeners.
We actually didn't get into it, but there's a lot of good ghoul shit in Shadowrun. I'm kind of meant
really
to.
Is, yeah.
Forgot.
More
Shadowrun episodes coming.
Yeah, that was one of the things. We had a lot of wide-ranging things where one of us would say one line, and I would be like, "Oh, I want to mention that in a minute," And then we'd get totally off fucking topic. Anyway.
Yeah, ghoul rights are human rights.
Ghoul rights are human rights. He explains like, nah, we're just doing a hangout, except you're working for me. And I need you to like look at her and decide.
And I can trap you in your room whenever I want. And
yeah,
I basically have complete power over your existence here.
Yeah. So Domhnall Gleeson goes back to his room. He shaves. He's using Barbasol shaving cream, which is, I feel almost certainly a reference to Jurassic Park, which I know you haven't seen, but, fuck you.
Okay.
So, Caleb can't sleep. It's like 2 a.m. He turns on the TV and finds out that, oh shit, he can just watch surveillance footage. And
that's all he can watch.
Yeah. Sees,
can't even watch fucking Storage Wars.
Yeah. Or what's that blacksmithing show?
I don't know. That sounds more like a Netflix original than a TLC original.
No, I think it was Discovery Channel. It was like 2 years ago when I was in Texas on one of my 4-day weekends. They were running like a nonstop,
nice,
a fucking marathon. The entire 4-day weekend of it's called Forged in Fire or something like that.
There is nothing more
insane.
There's nothing more depraved and horrific than the television you watch in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I watch the most disgusting shit that I would never admit to. Not like, and it's all shit that's available on basic cable. Yeah. I'm not talking like porn. I'm talking like Storage Wars and blacksmith, fucking whatever. I don't know, crime files.
It was a major come down from, I think it was the year before, where somehow I had gotten there on the right weekend, and they were like, "We're gonna run the 2001 or 2000 Gone in 60 Seconds over and over again."
Nice.
And I was like, if I'm in my hotel room, Gone in 60 Seconds is on that screen.
Yeah, right. Even if you're not, leave it playing when you leave.
Yeah,
they're paying the power bill.
Yeah, that's true. So he sees Ava sitting at her desk. Then she stands up, touches the wall, and then all the power goes out and all the lights turn red, and the building goes into lockdown. He can't get out of his fucking room.
OMG.
Until the main generator comes back on, and that's like a minute later. But everything's fine.
Then he goes wandering.
He does a little wander. Goes into Oscar Isaac's office, sees a Jackson Pollock painting.
I like that painting.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. There's actually, I think it was on IMDb, in a scene that was at least in an earlier version of the screenplay, but I don't know if it was ever filmed. Nathan explains that he bought that Jackson Pollock painting several years ago, commissioned a perfectly accurate replica of it, put them side by side, decided which one he liked better, and burned the other, and has no idea if he has the original or the replica.
Sounds like some dumb billionaire shit.
Which is exactly just perfect dumb billionaire shit. I wish that had been left in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also an interesting, like, bit of a philosophical puzzle.
Right. Because he's making replicas of humans. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Gleeson, like, picks up the phone, is like, click, click, click. And then it turns out that Oscar Isaac is sitting there in the dark, drunk again. And says, "So, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters?" Which is a fun bit.
Yeah.
But he can't use the phone. He doesn't have phone privileges. Fuck you. And it turns out that the lockdown thing is just a security measure. All the rooms locked. Because otherwise, what if the power went out and just somebody came along and, I don't know, stole everything?
That sounds like something that might come up again, but I'm sure it doesn't.
No, it definitely doesn't. And I mean, it's certainly not something that could be easily defeated or easily mitigated by, I don't know, having physical locks, right?
Yeah.
Like a key. Wow. Weird.
He does get it at one point when he uses a battery-powered camera. He realizes that analog has its place in the world.
Yes. So, yeah, and then I guess everybody goes to bed, and then we go to the next morning.
That's very tech billionaire, though. Insisting on electronic locks when your system is broken rather than using old tech that would perfectly function. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's solutions to problems that fail to exist. Or
right.
The fun version is create new problems that the old solutions would work fine for.
Exactly. It's just I just see it more and more every fucking day. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why can I not plug in my headphones into my phone and listen to music? Why can't I not do that anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody tell me.
Because it costs a whole 1 cent and 1/10 of a gram to have that headphone jack on your phone. Instead, if you want a headphone jack, you need to go out and pay $15 for a fucking dongle that weighs a solid half ounce.
Yeah. I miss that little fucking hole so much, man.
So, the next morning, Caleb is awakened by a presence in his room. It is what appears to be an Asian woman. This character is played by, what is her name?
I've got it up. I had it up.
Sonoya Mizuno. And she is a very talented actress. I think this is her first role in an Alex Garland film, but he's used her in like everything since. And she's also been in a bunch of other shit.
She looked very familiar, but I'm not recognizing anything she was in that I've seen. So I must have just like seen her on social media and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, she's in Crazy Rich Asians. I guess.
She was also in Crazy Rich Asians. I think, if I remember right, she was hired specifically because she's a dancer. Like, so maybe she was in a ton of like music videos or something.
Okay.
Prior to this, but yeah, she's worked with Alex Garland and all his other stuff since then, including like she's kind of the main character in his series Devs, which I really liked.
Yeah, you mentioned it, but it's very depressing, so I've never actually watched it.
Yeah, a real fucking bummer, and I think came out spring 2020.
Yeah.
If I remember right. And
she is also very fantastic in this movie.
Yeah, and she is fucking amazing. I don't think she says a single word in English.
There's like a flashback video. I think it was her. Maybe it was the other. It's because it's kind of shot from far away.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was her in that one or one of the others.
Yeah. Which is possible, but yeah, great face work.
Great face work, and her fucking movement work is incredible. Yeah. So,
also sending her in to wake him up like that. Once again, that's like a power move. It's so fucking gross. I hate the guy.
Yeah, it's really impressive how good Oscar Isaac is in that everything that you know about the character indicates, oh, this guy is a complete piece of shit. And if you look at it analytically, every move he makes, you're like, wow, this guy fucking sucks as a person.
Yeah. But even though he's saying what you would want to hear.
But Oscar Isaac is inherently very charming.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. So anyway,
I think this might be the first thing I really took notice of him in.
Yeah. What? Let's see.
I saw this not like in the theater or anything, but pretty soon after it came out.
Yeah, I did see this in the theater. I think I had seen him in, what was that fucking Zack Snyder movie?
There's that fucking dolphin again.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Jones! Is he cleaning your tank well, Jones? Click once if it is. Click twice if you need help. Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah. Oh, Sucker Punch. That was the Zack Snyder movie, and he was also Prince John in the 2010 Robin Hood that Kristen loves.
Nice.
With Russell Crowe. He was also in Shay. Huh. Don't remember that. Anyway, yeah, this was his first real like kind of star, lead role that I was aware of. Anyway, what was I fucking going on about? Okay, so
actually, Force Awakens came out the same fucking year.
Yeah, he had a big year. Well, actually, both of them had a big year.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this movie stars two people from a Star War.
There are two Star Wars in it.
Yeah, Star Warriors?
Star Warriors.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Domhnall Gleeson I could go on about what they did to my boy. He was one of my favorites in The Force Awakens, and they did him dirty. He could have been awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got Star Wars theories, and this is not the place for it. But they could. They could have used his character.
Do we want to spend 3 hours? Do we want to spend 3 hours exclusively going over Revenge of the Sith?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Schedule that for next week.
Get into the Patreon, baby.
Oh man, honestly, God, that's an interesting, interesting intellectual and experiment for me. Like, on the one hand, boy, if we were to do fucking Star Wars commentaries, I could go on forever about tons of shit. On the other hand, is doing Star Wars commentaries the most played out fucking thing on the internet? Yes, it is.
It is. I even hate it when like my friends bring it up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like Star Wars too, but let's never talk about it again.
Yeah. Guys, the internet is a bad thing. So,
Can't wait to get back to it when we're done talking.
Yeah.
So I can see what we missed.
So Caleb and Nathan are at breakfast, and Caleb suggests that there is a better way to do this experiment / examination. And he explains it in a couple of slightly different terminologies, and one is using a chess computer as an analogy, which is just mental note. Computer Chess, great movie from, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, that I think is on the Criterion channel right now. It's all black and white. And I think Chris mentioned it when we were talking Blade Runner.
Okay.
But basically, he says, okay, so what you want me to test is she conscious? If we were doing this for a chess computer, like, how am I to test that she's conscious? Like, she could just be an LLM, basically, like all the fucking ChatGPTs, Grok, whatever, nowadays. You don't just test it for consciousness by having it do the thing it's specialized at. If you're testing a chess computer, sure, it can win a million games, but does it know that it's playing chess? Like,
Right.
Is it conscious of that? So he suggests kind of rejiggering it. And Oscar Isaac says, so, good idea. Today, we're going to find, like, the idea is to find out what she thinks about you. And, you can see what she comprehends about you as a person based on previous interactions. So, we go to session 2, and it turns out that Ava sketches.
I thought you said sketches.
Oh, she also sketches.
She pops on them rollerblades. She grabs onto the bumper of a car and just cruises around town.
Hell yeah, dog. She sketches. She does not seem to... I don't know. It's an interesting bit where you could take it on one hand that she doesn't actually know what she is doing. Like, she says, basically, yeah, I just sit and I draw, and then this is what comes out, which could be an example of like Jackson Pollock, who's mentioned in the movie a couple of times, and we talked about. He called it automatic art, where he was not conscious of what he was doing, just had brush, did things, whatever came into his head at the moment.
Right.
As opposed to going into a painting with a plan. Or, I don't know. It's an interesting bit of business. She asked about Gleason's background. Turns out he likes Depeche Mode. All right, fine. His family's dead. That's certainly not important at all. And he
has no girlfriend.
He has no girlfriend. And is Oscar Isaac his friend?
We're broing out.
It basically comes down to, yeah, he's an acquaintance. I work for him.
We've been vibing all right.
Yeah, and then the power cuts. And Ava explains that that Gleeson is very wrong about Nathan. He is not your friend, and you shouldn't trust him or anything he says. And then the power's back. And she goes back to discussing some absolute nonsense about, like, a list of books.
Mm-hmm.
Just on a fucking dime.
She looks pretty menacing when the power goes out. It's worth noting.
Yeah, she stands up and is like, okay, here's the important shit. So then we're at dinner. Kyoko, the Asian woman, spills some wine. Oscar Isaac yells at her because she's a thing, and doesn't speak English, so she doesn't understand anything that anybody's saying.
It's a jarring scene, though.
It really
'Cause
is.
It's like angry, drunk dad at the dinner table moment.
Yeah.
And it's very unpleasant.
And he very much acts as though she is a possession and she's not a person. He treats fucking objects like women, man. And it's an important safety, it's an important security feature because she can't relay anything that she says if she talks to anybody. And then
he's still saying she's human, but I remember even the first time I watched
it was
pretty much everybody clocks that she's not.
Like, the movie is not hinting at it, but you in the audience is like, so she's another android, right? From like second.
No,
one.
Josh, she is not an android. Yes. Or possibly a themdroid. We don't know.
Possibly a themdroid. Well, I am 100% certain that Isaac is not creating anything he is not fucking.
That, yeah. Gross, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So they talk about some power cuts. They talk about the power cuts and stuff, and Oscar Isaac makes a fun joke about having the contractors who built the place killed so they couldn't reveal his secrets. Because this is as much a research facility as it is a house.
Yeah.
And it is not made clear how much of that is a joke.
He does like a little wink, like like I'm fucking around, or am I?
Or am I? Yeah, it's a good bit. And Caleb mentions how the best indicator so far of Ava's consciousness is that she made a little joke, which I failed to actually write down. She made a little joke in their conversation where she turned one of his lines, one of his responses,
it was a callback
back on him. Yeah. Which is, he specifically refers to it as non-autistic, where she did something that requires an in-depth awareness of both her own mind and his mind and how he would respond to her relaying one of his comments back to him, which is a pretty good indicator of consciousness. I don't think
I'd like to see Siri do that.
Yeah, no shit. Siri don't know no goddamn jokes. Hey Siri, tell a joke.
Oh God!
Enjoy that, audience.
Talking to them right now. That was rude.
Yeah. So the next day, Oscar Isaac shows Domhnall Gleeson the Fleshlight Room, where Ava was created. Yeah. It is not made explicit that this is the Fleshlight Room, but it's 100% the Fleshlight Room.
There's like body parts around, so
yeah,
somewhere.
And he explains how he taught her to read facial expressions, and that all he did was, because his company is on every phone in the world almost, he just turned on all their cameras and microphones and fed all the inputs into it. And all the cell phone companies and all the tech companies knew about it, but they couldn't say anything because if they did,
they'd have to admit that they do it.
They'd have to admit that they do it all the time anyway, which is factually accurate, and I don't like it. So, and he also explains this a slightly convoluted thing about how other companies thought that search results would indicate a map of what people were thinking. His big insight, which made him the biggest guy in the world, is that it's not a map of what they were thinking, but rather of how they were thinking, from like one thing to the next, chaotic, impulsive, etc.
Yeah, and this is interesting because he was basically saying, 2015. I don't know. I think they were onto something with this bit that like they're trying to sell you ads to use their search engine, but what they're really doing is collecting data, and that is exactly what they've done. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily the data that he collected in the movie, the sci-fi data, but it's definitely data that has more value than the Google ads you're looking at when you do a search.
Yeah.
So that's gross.
Yeah.
Don't care for it.
Yeah, don't like it. So that day we have session, I don't know, 3 or 4, whatever.
Have we already passed the point where he says that you can totally fuck Ava?
No, that's the next. That's
okay.
Yeah. So we go to the next session, which is 3 or 4, something like that. And Ava talks about how her biggest desire is she wants to just go to a traffic intersection and like watch people because it's the microcosm of the world. And he's like, and
that's some American Beauty floating paper bag bullshit.
It was a plastic bag, thank you. Yes, it was absolute bullshit. And if you remember, I called it out the first time we watched that fucking movie, and I mocked people.
You just didn't get it, man. There's beauty in everything, even a traffic intersection, man.
Yep, that is what said.
Like, a lot of us were enamored by American Beauty. Like, we understand as adults that there might have been... The early 2000s were weird, man.
They were. You want to defend it some more?
I'm not defending it.
Why don't you defend the lead actor a bunch? I'll take like 5 or 10 minutes off.
No.
Go rip a dart.
No.
You just talk nonstop Kevin Spacey.
I have no defenses from him, although I did see a clip of LA Confidential the other day, and I was sad that he's in it. Because it's so fucking good.
It is. So, pressing on. Ava says she has a surprise for Caleb, and then she goes to her room, puts on a fucking dress, a wig, a cardi, and some tights.
She puts on the dowdiest outfit a robot could possibly put on.
To hide her hideous mechanical form.
Yes. Disgusting.
And she asks, "Are you attracted to me?" And he's like, tongue unrolls, etc.
Awooga.
Yeah. And that's the end of the session. So then he's talking with Oscar Isaac and says, so what, like, why'd you give her sexuality? And Isaac is like, well, I mean, all organisms have sexuality. And, you know, she got a pussy.
God, you know Elon Musk would do that.
Yeah.
He's probably got pocket pussies in those rockets.
Yeah, that's very possible. I choose not to think about that for my sanity, but yeah, probably.
Think about it just a little bit longer.
Then Caleb basically clarifies his real question. So is her sexuality intended as a diversion, like to hinder my ability to judge her consciousness? And Isaac explains, like, well, no, I mean, and it's a bullshit explanation to at least some degree, but he tries to explain, like, well, no, I mean, that's how organisms exist in the world, and, you know, she's just an accumulation of external factors, and why, you know, what are you attracted to? Like black chicks? Do you like black chicks? Did you plan on that? Did anybody make you, heterosexual or anything? And then it comes down to, well, yeah, I made her heterosexual, very specifically.
Yeah.
Because I do want to be fucking that.
Yeah.
And this whole time,
at one point he says he's like her dad. And...
yeah, it's fun.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's not. And this whole time, Kyoko is listening and making sashimi. It's
handy with that knife.
She certainly is, and it looks like a very nice knife.
Yeah. Fucking starving. You got any sashimi?
Oh God, I fucking wish I did, but I am fresh out.
Yeah.
So, we talk some automatic art in relation to the Pollock painting, and Isaac says, like, for the record, Ava is not pretending to like you. You're just the first man she's met that isn't me, and I'm like her dad, and that'd be weird, right? Wouldn't it?
He says that in a weird way.
Yeah.
He delivers that line in a weird way to indicate, like, I'm like her dad, and he doesn't like that he's saying it. It's hard to explain. He does a good job.
Yeah. He says
that Oscar Isaac guy can act.
He's pretty good. What's he been doing the past couple of years?
Don't know.
Huh.
Dropped off the face of the earth.
I do not remember seeing him in anything for a while, but... Oh, he's in the Frankenstein movie that's coming out in a couple of months that Chris saw at Venice.
Dr. Frankenstein?
Oh, yeah, he was Moon Knight. Sure.
Oh, yeah, he was Moon Knight.
That was a series that existed. Oh, and he was Leto Atreides. Jesus Christ.
That's a big one. That was a big one.
Oh, and he was in the Card Counter. I liked that one. Jesus, fuck. Man.
Card Counter is very bad if you actually know how card counting works, but sure.
Oh, I don't think... My interest in the movie had nothing to do with the gambling. It had to do with the classic Paul Schrader bit of a guy intensely writing in a journal and then doing acts of violence about it.
I'm just saying, like, If you're going to base it on a thing, you should probably research how the thing is actually done.
Okay. I won't.
You know, it's like saying the mechanic, and then the guy puts like
The Jason
the
Statham
wrong
movie?
parts in a car. Yes,
I think that was a Jason Statham movie, right? I feel
that
like it
sounds
was.
like it. If not, it will be soon.
If not, it will be soon. Oh, shit. Do we have to talk about that new Parker movie? No, we don't. Your
we
brother's in it. It's going to be exciting.
My brother?
Yeah. Marky Mac.
Oh, my brother. That's right. I'm Donnie Wahlberg.
Say hello to your mother for me.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Okay, let's go on.
Okay, so then we have another session, and Caleb explains some philosophy stuff to Ava. It's a thought experiment called Mary's Room about, if a woman knows everything about color, but she's trapped in a room that's black and white, does she know actually anything about color until she experiences it? And this turns into kind of a Plato.
Kind of thought provoking.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought experiment, and it turns into kind of a Plato's Cave-ish idea where Ava imagines going outside for the first time, or at least we see stuff that we're supposed to think is her imagining things. I don't.
Yeah, there's like a kind of montage, weird situation going on.
Yeah, and it ends with him saying, "So, did you know I was brought here to test you?" And she says, "Well, no, I never questioned it." And then there's a power cut. And Caleb asks, basically, "So, do you think Oscar Isaac's doing the power cuts so that you and I will think we aren't being observed?" And she's like, "Oh, no, I'm doing that. That's me.
Yeah.
That's all me. He has no idea about it. He just thinks shit's going wrong. Oh, well, power's back on." We go to a fucking nice waterfall hike. It's beautiful fucking landscape. I assume this is where Jay hangs out like every other weekend, right?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. They're hiking, and basically, Caleb says, "So this was all a setup, right? I wasn't just a lucky guy." And Nathan's like, "Well, nah, I mean, we picked you. Yeah, it was a whole thing. You were totally set up to win. You weren't lucky. You were chosen. Think of yourself that way instead."
Stroke the ego a little bit.
Yeah, and Gleeson, he does some imagining about making out with Ava in nature, in color. Ooh. And that's intercut with Oscar Isaac making out with Kyoko, which is normal. No. We see Isaac tearing up a drawing that Ava did on the surveillance cameras, and this is seemingly very important. It's definitely not actually important, so don't worry about it. And then Gleeson goes wandering around, finds Kyoko, and asks about what's up with you, and where's Nathan, and what's he doing? And
she's like, time to fuck.
Yeah, she begins undressing because she has been directly addressed by a man. Yeah. And that's cool. And then the most fun scene in the movie happens. Yeah. Where Oscar Isaac shows up and says, "You're wasting time talking to her. You would not be wasting time dancing with her."
Random dance scene in the middle of this pretty heavy philosophical sci-fi movie.
And it is so well placed because the movie is really good, but it is very slow and very contemplative and kind of a bummer. And then there is a wonderful dance scene. Just out of nowhere. And if
two incredibly attractive people dancing well.
Yeah, and you can really tell that Sonoya Mizuno is a professional dancer compared to Oscar Isaac, because Oscar Isaac is dancing really well.
He holds his own, for sure.
But she is like fucking precise with it. And if you get the Blu-ray and I assume DVD, there is an extended version of the dance scene, and it's just very happy to watch.
I should watch that.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's on YouTube.
I assume so. It's got to be. Anyway, great fucking dancing. And then Caleb puts Nathan to bed because he is passing out fucking drunk. Next day, we have another session. Abe's all dressed up and in the wig again. She's questioning Gleeson about his favorite color. He says it's red. She says lie. She's being
Basically, we learn here that she's a human. Well, she's not human.
a gynoid
she's a
lie detector. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have one of my favorite lines in the movie, which is, yeah, you're right. I guess I don't have a favorite color because I'm not 6.
No joy in this man's life.
Okay, sure. I was going to say, I don't have a favorite color. And then I realized, oh, yeah, I don't have any joy in my life either. So it's a fair cop. That also goes into the party thing that I was going to talk about off mic.
Okay.
She says, what's going to happen to me if I fail the test? And he's like, oh, I don't know. What do you mean? Hasn't been discussed.
Whatever.
And she says, so do you have people test you and switch you off if you fail?
In a way.
Yeah, kind of. They remove your ability to earn money and eat food.
Yeah.
And then there's a power cut, and she's like, do you want to be with me? Oh, fuck. All right, power cut ends.
Do you want to hit this robo pussy? I'm sorry. I wish I hadn't just said that. Fuck. Yeah. I'm going to keep the voice going. Maybe it'll get humorous at some point, not gross. Is it working?
It's turning the corner.
Okay, good.
Funny now. And Caleb and Nathan are talking. Nathan says, like, the next model, like 9.6, that's going to be the one. Like, that's going to be the real one. This one is so close, but not quite there.
9.6. That means there's been at least 9, but probably more than that.
Yeah. So
90 maybe.
Yeah. So that implies that Ava's going to be, destroyed, killed. I don't know. It depends on kind of how you look at it. But
Josh, I gotta say, your voice is getting a little bit lost, and when you do your you're doing a spot on Bill Clinton. I keep expecting you to break into because I know you do a good Clinton.
Sploosh.
Goosh. A very long road trip when we were young men. And Josh did Bill Clinton impressions for 18 hours straight.
Roughly, yes.
I couldn't not mention it because it's happening.
I was never on his plane. He just brought the girls to me.
Oh God, current events. We didn't even mention that shit. Fuck.
No, we didn't. Which
I guess is by design, right?
Yeah, it is. Stop the steal, right?
No.
So, it basically implies that if she's not going to be like physically destroyed, her software will be taken down to its component parts, and the next version isn't going to have a memory of her because she's the latest version of, shit that he's been working on for, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Yeah, it's just a fucking computer program. Yeah. Get over it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one that's weird for falling in love with Windows.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we mourn Windows 3.11?
Yes,
we do so much.
I'm mourning Windows 10 as I'm getting forced to upgrade.
And there's a fun, convoluted thing about how Nathan explains, like, no. I mean, in a few years in the future, these AIs are going to be way past what Ava is and way past what we are. They're going to look at us like fossils on the plains of Africa. It's, we'll be extinct and better for it.
I think tech bros really believe this.
Yeah, they do. They're idiots.
They truly do, and they're so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Idiots, bad people, the whole 9 yards.
And they want it, too. Obviously, like, if they believe it and they're continuing to work towards it, there's no explanation to me the shit they say about dangerous AI, but yet it's still the main innovation that's happening right now. All the money is going to this thing that these tech bros say is a huge danger. I don't understand it.
At that wedding I was at a couple of weeks ago, there were a lot of tech bros about because my cousin who got married is, if not a tech bro, at least tech bro adjacent, but he's like, one of the good ones, if you will.
Sure.
He's the I probably mentioned it on some podcast before. This is the cousin who, along with a couple of his friends, bought like 50 URLs in 1993 for very common words, including beer.com,
Yeah.
and made a big fucking nut off of that investment with his buddies from fucking college. And all of the guys I was talking to, who are like, none of them are, big up at any of the companies that anybody would know. But every one of the guys I was talking to was saying, like, man, this fucking AI bubble is bullshit and it is going to burst at any minute, and a bunch of people are out of jobs.
Yeah, the true danger of AI is the 401ks that are going to be destroyed as a result of it.
Yeah, that's what every one of the dudes I was talking to was saying. So yeah, look forward to that, guys.
Yeah. Thank God I don't have any investments. Am I right? Who needs them?
Yeah. So
I've got my baseball cards from the 90s. It's going to pay off.
oh yeah, well, it will, won't it? So Caleb very clearly intentionally gets Oscar Isaac drunk, steals his key card, goes into his office, and does a little bit of programming. I assume, based on how movies work, that there are a bunch of fucking Easter eggs in like the programming and typing he's doing, and I do not get enough of a shit to look it up.
No. I will say this is the one time where you feel like Caleb has a little bit of power, of power over Nathan.
Yeah,
when he sees him drunk in the hallway and pretends to give him his dropped card. Yeah. It's a nice relief. It's like, for once.
Yeah, he does have some agency in here. The movie has not been showing it at all. But
right.
Yeah, it's a good narrative trick. Because that makes you realize, he hasn't just been blindly going along with this the whole time.
Right.
He also, while he's doing some programming, we see some cool time-lapse surveillance footage of previous robots being built and destroyed, and built a different one. And this includes Kyoko and robots pounding themselves against a wall to destruction because they can't be let out, or Oscar Isaac won't let them out.
That was a good shot when she's slamming and she breaks her hands off.
Yeah, her arms just disintegrate.
Yeah. And is this also where he starts to wonder about his own humanity?
Yeah, that's like the next little. That's in the next little bit. We also sneak into Oscar Isaac's bedroom and finds, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 standalone closets that all have a woman in them.
Yeah,
and he treats objects like women, man.
Yeah.
It's not cool. So then he goes and helps Oscar Isaac to bed. Why
doesn't he make a single? He didn't make a single mandroid.
Because
he's not interested.
Yeah, he's not
If he can't fuck it, he doesn't. I mean, you could fuck it, but if he's not interested in fucking it, then it has no use to him.
Yeah, probably.
You would think, like, even for security or something.
Well, at the same time, why are the most commonly interacted with, and I use this in quote marks, AIs, Alexa and Siri, female coded?
True. Also, like, a disturbing amount of people play they're men and play female characters in video games.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because they prefer to look at a female.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that all makes sense. So yeah, Caleb...
Sexualization of everything, basically.
Yeah, and also, I think a huge amount of it is deep, deep wells of insecurity about all sorts of things.
That's true. It'd probably be harder for him to order around a man just because of the fucking built-in misogyny.
I mean, what? He's gonna make a mandroid shorter than himself so he can feel good about stuff? That's gonna be hard to do.
He's a really weak man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, right, the insecurity is
Yeah, I mean the whole point of this thing is like, sure, I want somebody independent quote marks to test if this is a conscious robot, but also more importantly, I want this guy to be beholden to me. I'm his employer.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
maybe his creator.
oh, and that's the next scene. So Isaac Gleeson helps Isaac to bed by finding his key card, etc. Then Caleb goes back to his room and is like looking in the mirror and is like, wait, is I a fucking robot? And
Because this is after he saw Kyoko and she like peeled her face off.
Yes, I totally forgot to mention that. Yeah, she like,
And it's a very cool special effects scene.
it really is, yeah.
And then so he goes and tries to peel his own face off a little bit,
And
or at least poke his fingers in his mouth.
yeah, and does a little cutting on his arm to see if he bleeds, etc., etc. You know, classic.
He does bleed a lot.
Yeah.
I would have picked the back of my arm personally, not like the place where all the veins are.
That is a running theme with people cutting themselves in television and movies and even books for decades and decades. Why you do that? Like, you put the knife in your palm and then close your hand and pull the knife out to do your blood
Why
sacrifice.
do the whole?
Like,
yeah. Why cut the tendons of your palm?
yeah, you know, you can do a nice little cut on the back of your arm and you'll get just as much fucking blood. I mean,
without risking your fucking life.
well, and not only that, but man, can you imagine? Like, actually, I know you can imagine because I have seen you with a cut on your palm,
Yeah.
like an unintentional one. But like, if anybody in the audience has ever cut their fucking palm,
Dude, I caught a drill
for weeks.
bit down into my palm last week,
Yeah.
and I'm still dealing with
Yeah,
it.
it fucking sucks. You use your palms for a lot. You don't use like the back of your forearm for that much.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
fuck, get it together, movies.
Come on. Okay, so we're going to fucking session 6. Ava's sad. Oh, they're a power cut. And Caleb says, hey, we're going to fucking escape. It's great. I'm going to get Oscar Isaac drunk. I'm going to steal his key card, and I'm going to reprogram the security system. And this is the point at which you're saying, oh shit, did a reel get switched? Because we just saw him do that.
Yeah.
But it didn't. And then the session ends. And Oscar Isaac says, hey, it's the last day. Helicopter's going to show up tomorrow at 8, and it's going to be, it's great having you here. We had a really fun time.
He's in a great mood.
Yeah, and Caleb's like, hey, man, why don't we have a fucking drink to celebrate? Here, just have some fucking vodka. And
What I want first thing in the morning, vodka shots.
oh, yeah. Anyway, so Oscar Isaac says, like, nah, I don't think so, man. I'm, you might have noticed I'm hitting it pretty hard. I think I decided I'm going to clean up a little bit. So, do you think Ava passed or failed your testing? And Caleb says, oh, yeah, she's an AI, like, beyond doubt. She's, conscious. But does she like you? Or is she simply a model pretending to like you? Not mentioning that there is a third option, which is she is conscious and she is pretending to like Domhnall Gleeson.
Right.
And maybe it's because, if that's the case, maybe it's because she thought you were just a means of escape. Because you were provided exclusively to show her a means of escape. Ba-ba-bam.
Oh, it's all been a false flag.
Yes, it's fucking fifth dimensional chess or something. And we see Kyoko go to Ava's room, and this is certainly not important. Then Oscar Isaac shows Gleeson some of the cameras with audio, like where he tore up the sketch, and says, and there's a fun bit of conversation in that where he's saying like, are you getting to him? And Ava's like, is it strange to have made something that hates you? Which is a really deep fucking burn.
Yeah.
Boy, I cannot imagine the mega tonnage that line could have dropped had I seen this movie when I was like 15.
Yeah, good call.
Like, damn. Serious
I
burns.
hate you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. So it turns out that actually in this scene, Oscar Isaac was planting battery-powered cameras, so he knows all the shit they were talking about during the power cuts, and he knows what Caleb told Ava in today's session about getting him intentionally drunk and then, hacking the security and whatever. So like, cool. And the real test was, would Ava be able to manipulate Caleb? And Caleb's like, wait, so this whole thing,
What kind of test is that?
this whole thing was a setup, right? Like, you picked me without any family or girlfriend. Did you choose her based on my porn searches? Like, did you build her face off of that? And Isaac's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever.
And then the power cuts. And
Guess it's 10 o'clock.
yeah, because it's 10 o'clock. And Oscar Isaac is confused because he didn't get drunk and didn't give Caleb the chance to hack the power. And Caleb says, yeah, I did it fucking last night. That was bullshit, what I said earlier. I already built this plan. This is some Ocean's 11 shit.
I'm smart enough to realize you were watching us during the power outages. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, this is some Ocean's 11 shit. I got caught intentionally, basically.
It's a 6D chess.
Yeah. So all he really did.
So many D's. It's like a D party.
Sausage party?
Yeah, I was trying to come up with someplace that would have a lot of cocks in it. I'm sure there's an easy, funny answer, but
It's like a college football party.
it's like a locker room. I don't know. This episode's going a little long.
Cut this. So it turns out the thing he really changed in his hacking was that when the system goes into lockdown, all the doors unlock rather than lock.
Boom, sucker.
So Ava is out of her room. Bum, bum, bum. She's wandering down some fucking halls, contemplating some masks that we had seen previously. And then there is a very funny bit where Oscar Isaac does a really short punch into Domhnall Gleeson's face to knock him out. He's like, what the fuck have you done? And punches him in the face. It's just one of those surprise punch bits that almost always land for me in movies. Like, just surprise punch will almost never not make me guffaw. So he pulls some fucking weights off a bar because he's got to keep fit, man. He lifts. He is a fucking tech bro. He's the peak of humanity. He's got to fucking do weightlifting, punching the heavy.
He's
bag,
got a blood
MMA.
boy.
He's got a fucking blood boy. And he goes stalking the fucking halls to find Ava, and he ends up in the hall where he sees Kyoko and Ava talking quietly, like whispering to each other. And
He says, Ava, get back in your cage.
yeah, and he has a little bit of a physical fight with Ava where he knocks her fucking forearm off. Actually, the scene right before that where she turns and starts walking and then runs to him in the hall is like, that's a very effective bit of, I don't like that at all. There's some...
Give me T3 vibes.
Yeah,
if you remember
yeah.
your T3 lore.
Yeah. There's some real uncanny valley shit, but in a positive way for this movie.
Yeah, in a way that works.
He fucking knocks her arm off. He's like choking her on the floor. And then he starts trying to drag her off to her room and walks himself right onto the sashimi knife that Kyoko is holding.
Yeah, a couple of very effective slow stabs.
Yeah.
I love a good slow
Just
stab.
the knife sliding in.
Yeah, you can feel it.
One of the things that I certainly noticed watching the Blu-ray is that all of the blood is very fake.
Oh, yeah. Look fine on my streamed version.
Yeah, it is like all the blood until maybe the last little bit when he's on screen is entirely fucking digital. Like all where it's growing like along his
Oh, cool.
shirt. Yeah. Part of it, I assume, was very intentional in that there's like an outline of a face almost in it. I'd have to freeze frame and like look at it, but
Freeze frame.
freeze frame.
For the Jay
I know
Giles
you
heads.
like Prince, you like Jay Giles.
All right. We're nearing the end. We got to
Are
wrap
at
this
the
fucker up.
end. He ends up knocking Kyoko's jaw off with the fucking weight bar. She dies for whatever that means.
Basically.
Yeah, she shuts down. Then Ava picks up the knife and does some nice stab and twist action. He slumps against a wall. She takes his key card, and
I love his walking away like I can't unfucking believable, and then collapsing and dying.
yeah, it's not even angry. It's just like, what the fuck?
Just annoyed.
Yeah, what the fuck is
Bewildered.
this shit? I can't. This is not a thing. And then this is the point at which the main soundtrack track drops when she's in the hall. And I honestly have not mentioned the soundtrack, I don't think, on this show, on this episode. This has a really fucking cool soundtrack. It's done partially by Jeff Barrow of Portishead.
Hi, Penny.
Yeah. And this movie's soundtrack has had a lot of coverage over the years, and a lot of people picked up on shit out of it.
Cool. I need to check it
Yeah,
out.
it's real good shit, and I also highly recommend Portishead. Like, who doesn't?
I am familiar with.
Yeah, who doesn't like Portishead, man? So, then screen cuts to black, and it says Session 7, which is an interesting thing when all the sessions are over, unless the sessions are just from Ava's point of view and not the Oscar Isaac point of view. You see?
Sure.
Yeah. So she goes to the office where Domhnall Gleeson is waking up and says, please stay here. And takes his key card and leaves him and shuts the door behind her and goes to the Oscar Isaac's bedroom, where she then outfits herself in the bodies of past robots.
Very slowly.
Yeah. It's one of my very few complaints about this movie is this is like the last 15 minutes is so slow because fucking Oscar Isaac dies like 20 minutes to the end. And I get that it's shooting for a very contemplative, philosophical vibe of what's going on, but I feel like it would have worked better had you cut, 5 minutes out of it. Like,
Yeah. I agree.
there's just a lot of very slow-mo. She pulls an arm off a robot and twists it, and then twists it onto her, and then gets dressed, and so on and so forth. Anyway, she ends up with what appears to be a fucking human body and a wig, etc., etc.
The whole time she's doing this, you're like, she's getting ready so she can go bang her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But that ain't it.
But then she just walks right past the door that that Caleb is behind and pounding on and looking at her. And she doesn't even fucking glance back. And then she walks out into the main living area of the house and then out of the house, sees trees and shit for the first time. And she seems so happy. And Domhnall Gleeson is pounding on the fucking glass in the foyer. And do we think Domhnall Gleeson's going to die there? I think he is.
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe he would. I wouldn't.
Well,
I could get out.
yeah, I mean, obviously, we're obviously discounting the fact that, you or I would do everything right.
Yes.
We would get away with the money and live on a tropical island.
I mean, yes, obviously, but also I'm fairly convinced there's no house that could hold me.
I tend to agree. This one would be work, assuming that the doors and windows are, some sort of impact glass, because, simply because this is one of those ultra modernist things with concrete walls.
Yeah, I know, but I still think I could figure it out. Everything's got seams. Everything's got weak points. I'm pretty good at knowing where that shit is just from my life. because I've broken so many things that aren't supposed to be broken.
Window after
And
window after window
after window. I think I could figure it out, but I also think that that not even God himself could stop me. Sorry.
Yeah, I do agree that you or I would have a much better chance of escaping this house than Domhnall Gleeson has.
Yeah, unless he has access to like a computer terminal, then maybe he could do his little hacking stuff, which is, if you want to believe that he lived, that's probably the most likely way he did.
Well,
if he could somehow hack the
I
house.
think the thing that makes me assume that he absolutely died is that the doors like shut behind you when you leave a room. So at the point where he was pounding on the like the foyer as she was leaving, he had, unless he had wedged the door, been shut out of all the offices and bedrooms and probably, I don't know, kitchen.
Mhm.
So, you can go like a week without water if you're real conservative and willing to drink your own piss, but that's about the end of it. And if you're only in hallways, you don't have a lot of resources to break windows and doors.
True.
So anyway, he probably dies. We wouldn't. We're better than that.
We would live. We would have actually convinced her to fall in love with
That's
us.
also true.
And we would have hung out with Oscar Isaac and become bros.
Yeah, we would have gotten some of his billions and live on an island in the Caribbean.
Also, if we were billionaires, like, we'd be the good ones.
We would be the good ones. Yes.
It wouldn't corrupt me, goddammit.
No, it really wouldn't. So she wanders through some trees. She's pretty happy. The movie is almost entirely silent at this point.
It is so slow at this point,
Yeah.
and I just want to rush it and press fast.
Yeah, so she goes to the helicopter. It's 8 a.m. And she gets on the helicopter, and the helicopter goes away. And then we cut to some city sidewalks with
Busy sidewalks.
busy.
Justin Holiday.
Okay, I couldn't remember if the next one was busy people.
In the air, there's a feeling of murderous robot.
There is. She is on a city sidewalk. It's mostly shadows. Bum, bum, bum. She's surrounded by people. She blends in and then disappears. I'm not sure if that's to indicate that she simply disappears into the fabric of the world and wanders like a, I don't know, revenant until her power supply runs out, or if it indicates that she becomes irrelevant and disappears.
Yeah, both are possible. That's the problem with being human.
Yeah.
You don't matter.
Yeah. Anyway.
You matter as a robot because there ain't many of you.
Also true. Yeah, so that's the movie.
Bummer ending, kind of bummer middle, but there was a dance scene that was pretty...
That fucking dancing, man. That dance, I'm going to... Remind me next week. I'm going to bring up that dance scene again. I think I won't need the reminder, but next week, the dance scene also.
We are very well over time. I know you like to do box office, but holy shit, we're so far
Okay,
over.
this is very easy. So it came out, cost $15 million, ended up making 37, so pretty good. On its opening fucking weekend, it opened at number 18. Where you want to see it.
Yeah. Jesus.
Number one that week was a movie we will cover eventually, I think. Furious 7.
Nice.
Everything else.
We're never going to cover that.
Like, everything else in the top 10, except for number 10, is shit I do not recognize. Like, apparently there was a Cinderella re-release, so sure. There was something called Home. There's something called Get Hard.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Number 10 is Kingsman, The Secret Service.
That's famous.
And number 13 is a sequel to a movie we covered on our podcast. The sequel is titled The Second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
What's its sequel?
New Rose Hotel, I assume?
Oh, okay.
I was unaware that they made a sequel, but...
Oh, you're talking shit right now, aren't you?
That was a very funny bit I came up with like a month and a half ago, irrespective of anything else. I had no idea this was going to be on here. The title of the film, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, popped into my head, and I said, it'd be really funny if I played that like it was a sequel to New Rose Hotel.
I was ready to buy it. I just realized something very important and sad. We forgot to rate Shadowrun last week.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
Our patented star system. It's not a 1 to 10 system.
Five fucking hand raisers.
Story, influence, prescience, style, and razors. I don't know. Maybe we'll get the boys together again and rate it at some point. Let's rate this one though while we're here.
Okay, great.
Ex Machina story. This is a 1 to 10 scale.
I
think it's pretty good. I'm gonna go 7.5.
Yeah, I think that is right where I was gonna aim at. It's kind of hard because it's sort of nothing but story.
Yeah, I mean, I could go higher maybe, but it's time has dulled it a little bit because how prevalent AI is now.
We don't know how dumb LLMs are.
Exactly. Influence, unfortunately, not that much. Although I hear people talk about it a lot, and we've had a lot of people request it.
It does come up a lot, especially in the past 2 years since fucking ChatGPT and shit has popped up. So I don't know, fucking 8. I'm not sure.
8. I was gonna go more mid, 5 or 6, but that's fine.
Yeah, fine. Whatever.
I'm gonna go 6. Prescience. I don't know that we're ever gonna have true
strong
AI. I just don't think we are. But we might have some very lifelike LLMs at some point that I don't know, the way they portrayed the billionaire, except for the fact that he was hot. Other than that, his fucking attitude was so spot on.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think I want to hit it at an 8. It seems it's too good.
I think I am going to go with a 6 because billionaire hot, and
that's a mark against
and
it.
Seemingly interpersonally relatable.
I think it's fake though. I don't think he's relatable at all. I think he's faking it.
I absolutely agree. But he is at least able to keep up the fucking fiction, which none of our current billionaires are able to in 3-second sound bites.
I think they could if they weren't all on social media. But yeah, I understand what you're talking about. I agree.
Also, I think realistic fuckbots are on the horizon.
Definitely.
I mean,
Oh, if nothing else, that's definitely
coming. Just a very elaborate fleshlight. On the other hand, I can't believe that Ava was unable to bring up whatever hot topic social media of the day was. The suspect in the Charlie Kirk killing is a black guy, unbidden, or kill the boar, or something like that. So I like 6. No, 6.5.
For the Charlie Kirk, it was that video is a meme. Charlie's alive and well. And
I forgot about that one. Yeah,
that was fucking crazy. Grok, it's watch the video. It's real. It's no, it's not real. It's Grok is fucking stupid. Yeah. Style, I'm gonna hit it once again with an 8. I know it has a style. It's not outlandish. It's subtle, but it's there.
It's really interesting stylistically because it is very much everything is sort of day-to-day bullshit. All the clothes and sure, it's a very fancy hotel that they're filming at. But I think the cinematography and the lighting department really fucking killed it. And I mean, I do think the robot body, that's sort of the special effects are contributing to the style aspect. So
yeah, way better than Fury Road. Sorry, maybe 8's a little high, but what would you rate it?
I think 8 is. Yeah.
Okay. Hand raisers 1 to 5. I'm gonna go 3.75.
Okay. Fuck you. I was gonna do the same one, and now I feel like I'm cheating.
No, it's fine. It's I can't say it's an enjoyable movie. It's kind of a slow bummer and a drag, but it is. I also would not say that it's not a good movie.
Yeah, so, it's got a bunch of stuff that is good. It has less stuff that I like and enjoy. I cannot imagine how much of a disaster this movie would feel like if that fucking dance scene wasn't in it. Because
that's true. That helped.
As fucking surface level and glib as it sounds, that dance scene coming in 2/3 or 3/4 the way through, seriously, like, completely rejiggers how you feel about the rest of the movie. Like, just bang, shot of fucking energy. And it's one of those magic of the movies things that can't be understated.
You know, speaking of movies that have been called slow and maybe too long and maybe boring, although I would disagree. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about what movie we're doing next week.
Yeah.
Next week is our 100th episode.
One fucking hundo.
So we're going to have a guest next week, hopefully, unless, something goes drastically wrong between now and then. And we're going to be watching Blade Runner 2049 for our 100th episode.
Yes, we will.
I've often said it's my favorite movie. We'll see if I agree. I haven't watched it since we started doing this podcast. I watched it shortly before that. But since we started doing this, I've stopped waiting for this moment. So after this moment, I can watch it whenever the fuck I want again, and that'll make me happy.
Yeah.
But I love it dearly. And so does our guest who we're having on, which is hopefully going to be Mr. Sean Faust.
Yeah.
One of our longest term listeners and collaborators. And it's been a while since he's been on, and I'm very excited to have him back.
Oh man, you know what I just fucking realized?
What?
We're going to have to cover the new fucking Tron movie, which also has goddamn Jared Leto. Fuck.
Take the Leto in.
Jesus
Leto, it
Christ.
wash over you. Hey, you love it. You love it. I love it. We all love Leto. Leto,
he is a triple threat.
doesn't go away.
To women, to minors, to box office.
But yet, he keeps getting hired. All right, we're done for today. That was Ex Machina. Next week's Blade Runner 2049. Join us for 100. Toast a glass for our
Toast a glass?
Continued
phrase?
Toast a drink. To our continued commitment to keep doing this no matter what. I don't know where I'm going. I've got to pee so bad.
All right. Shit. I guess I should have picked out a quote or something, right?
Well, first of all, patreon.com/hightechlowlife, Bluesky, hightechlowlife, hightechlowlife@gmail.com. If you want to talk about not Deus. If you want to talk about Ex Machina, or if you want to talk about Deus, the AI from Shadowrun, or you want to talk about Deus Ex, the video game, or Ex Machina, the movie about the tech bro. Isn't their movie about tech bros called Ex Machina? I don't know. There's a lot of Ex Machinas out there.
There certainly are. Anyway, to close it out, I feel this way about our audience sometimes. Okay. Isn't it strange to create something that hates you?
Hey, I don't know. I hope not. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Shadowrun critiques. Bye.
This has been the High Tech Low Life podcast. Find us on Bluesky at High Tech Low Life. Email us at hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com, and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Theme music by Nihilor at nihilor.com. Thank you for listening.
Keep it moving. Come on, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! Trashing! Trashing!
Everybody out there.
Fight the